ZipRib testing. ZipRib has ensured solid performance and lasting value through rigorous testing since its inception in the marketplace in 1964. ZipRib has been tested using the entire system, panels, clips, and fasteners, all tested to factory mutual standards, UL 580 standards, for ASTME 1592 standards, and Dade County, Florida test protocol standards. The test method is for uplift of roof assemblies, or as listed in the UL literature, is an index of roof assemblies showing comparative performance product to product. The chamber size is 10 foot by 10 foot, and it's performed up to specific ratings, not ultimate failure. UL listed products currently carry uplift ratings between 30 and 120. It is an indexing test in that a UL 60 rated product should be expected to perform better than a UL 30 rated product. But the chamber is only 10 feet square, and that means the furthest you can get from a restrained edge is 5 feet. That may not be sufficient to test all the modes of failure, which are, of course, seam separation, clip disengagement, etc. Here you see the test chamber of a UL assembly, 10 foot by 10 foot, prior to the cover being installed. The test chamber has the cover installed with portals to view the performance as the test is being conducted, and the vacuum hose is attached to put pressure on the assembly. UL uplift ratings are ultimate values which must be reduced by a safety factor. For example, UL 90 with a safety factor of 1.88 equals 48 pounds per square foot. Ask yourself the following question: would this be sufficient to meet the edge and corner loads of my project? This shows a competitor's double lock product on a school in Polk County, Florida. The clips are still on the building after the panels have disengaged. The system installed carried a UL 90 rating. Merchant & Evans has several products that carry the UL listings: ZipRib in 12 and 16-inch wide panels, 24, 22, 20, and 18 gauge steel, 032, 040, and 050 aluminum, and our BD 1520 pan and batten profile in 040 aluminum. Merchant & Evans manufactures additional products with UL ratings, which include our classic rib Series 305 and traditional rib Series 306 architectural panels, with maximum 19-inch widths in 24 and 22 gauge steel. ASTME 1592 testing, which is currently the state-of-the-art for testing metal roofing for negative pressures, is a more stringent protocol than UL 580. The chamber size is increased from 10 foot by 10 foot to 6 panels wide by 24 foot minimum. The long lengths allow for more accurate in-service test results. Here you see a 1592 test being installed where the airbag is not only under the panel, but up into the seams to test the seam separation factor in the panel. ZipRib has been tested in accordance with ASTME 1592. The test values achieved have been converted into load span tables for each gauge and width, and our technical review pages submitted, on a project basis, to confirm design analysis. The 1592 test is always run to failure, and the independent engineer monitoring the test determines the failure mode. Products tested with 1592 are listed here: ZipRib in 12 and 16-inch widths from 24 to 20 gauge steel in 032 and 040 aluminum, and our BD 1520 pan and batten panel system in 040 aluminum. Factory mutual certification. If your building has a factory mutual insurance carrier, then you will need a factory mutual rating. FM 4471 is for Class 1 roof panels. It's tested for wind uplift, fire, and hail resistance. The test specimen for wind uplift is similar to ASTME 1592, but utilizes a standard 12 foot by 24 foot chamber. The test is run to failure. And an FM rating based on ultimate failure load is in pounds per square foot. Remember that these pounds per square foot are ultimate loads and must be divided by the safety factor in your code for usage on your building. Here is a factory mutual test. The clips are installed to test the assembly. Merchant & Evans has several systems with factory mutual certification. Our ZipRib systems for FM 190 are both in aluminum and steel. We have FM 105 ratings in aluminum and steel, and we have FM 150 in 040 aluminum 12-inch wide panels. ZipRib also carries a Class A fire rating when tested in accordance with ASTME 108. Class A is effective against severe fire test exposure. ZipRib also carries a Class 1 SH severe hail rating with no evidence of puncture, chipping, cracking, or peeling. ZipRib has also been tested to exacting water infiltration and air infiltration test procedures. ZipRib, BD1520, ZipLock, and 311 Super Flush Lock have all passed stringent air and water testing. Fire ratings. ZipRib is a component of several fire-rated roof assemblies. You need to consult your fire rating directory from FM or from UL to see which assemblies ZipRib can be used in. ZipRib also carries a Class A fire rating as a non-combustible roof covering in fire-rated assemblies. You can see that ZipRib has passed the Dynamic Wind and Air Water Test, the AAMA 501.1 for blowing rain test. You can see that in addition, ZipRib has been tested with a thermal cycle clip test for 100,000 cycles with no wear. We added 5 pounds of weights to each clip, waited another 100,000 cycles, and we have no wear. We added an additional 5 pounds for 10 pounds total for another 100,000 cycles, and we have light wear between the two pieces of the clip. The reason for 100,000 cycles is based on so many times a day movement. Each 100,000 cycles is equivalent to 50 years of in-service use. Notice some additional ZipRib testing. We have a concentrated load test. It shows that we can handle a 250-pound concentrated load over a 4 square inch area on the 5-foot span in the center of the panel. For example, large people can actually walk in the middle of the panel. We have Corps of Engineer testing, which is certified by ASTME 1592. We have tested and been approved by the City of New York and Dade County, Florida, with negative pressures in excess of 195 pounds per square foot.